Hey there, and welcome to this course on Chester. Chester is a great tune. It was a reader of classical guitar shed alerted me to this tune, and it is just, I really fell in love with it. It's a great tune. It is on record as the first real American war song that we have, the earliest American war song, Revolutionary War. The words are all about, like the great generals and all the people and the founding fathers and all of this. And so it's a real American historic tune. And besides that, it's just a great melody, which is probably why it's persisted. It's not as popular as Home on the Range or This Land Is Your Land or some of these other American tunes that are really become iconic American tunes. But this one is really great nonetheless. Let's talk in this video about strategy on how we're actually going to look at this piece. Now, in many pieces, I recommend this 7-step process, which is number 1, make small sections. Number 2, make sure you know all the notes and the musical markings within that section. Number 3, kind of clap and count the rhythm out loud with your mouth. Know exactly what that's going on, and do that with the overall rhythm and also just the rhythm of the melody as well. And then do the right hand by itself, do the left hand by itself, do the hands together with corrective pauses, meaning take as much time as you need to get everything just right with the right fingerings, and then put it together in time with a slow metronome and pump it up from there. So that's the basic 7-step process of learning tunes. That's not what we're going to be doing in this one, but I highly recommend you still do that. But we're going to look at this one in a slightly different way. So ideally, you have many different tools in your toolbox. The 7-step process we just talked about is one of those, and it's a great one. It's great also for troubleshooting. If anything goes wrong, then that's the first place to go. Is just go through those steps, and that will clear up 90% of problems right there. The way that we're going to do this one, so instead of taking this whole tune like this right here, instead of taking this and actually me splitting it up into sections for you and everything, then I'm assuming that you know how to do this. With the sections, always cross a bar line. So this might be a section, but this at the bar line certainly would not be a section. Something like that. So do all this yourself. What we're going to do here is we are going to this in a different way. First off, we're going to look just at the melody, and we're going to look at phrasing the melody. This is the stems up notes. We're going to look at phrasing it. We're going to look at it on its own terms so that we just get this melody really beautiful, as if that were all it was. And if you're a beginner and want to play this piece, then you can just play that, and that'll be great. Then what we're going to do is put the bass notes with that. That's the ones that fall directly with those notes. So that means that we're going to leave out all of this stuff. All of these, we're not going to play these. All this inner stuff. We are going to play these notes here. Anything that falls with a melody note. So that's the next step we're going to do. After that, then we can put all this other stuff back in there as well. And so then we can bring everything else back in and play all the parts together. After that, after we do those things, then we're going to do just the bass lines. So at the end of each 4 bars, there is a little bass line. So we're just going to look specifically at the bass lines because that's an element of the piece. This type of practicing is sometimes called elemental. That's what one of my teachers called it, is elemental practicing, where you take and you practice different things. You pull out just the melody. Even doing the hands separately is elemental practice as well, because the right hand is one element and the left hand is another. This is going more with musical elements. And so we'll do just the bass lines, and then after that, then we'll just look especially at 3 different little tricky spots within the music, just 3 little spots that warrant a little bit of extra attention. And so that's our general strategy for this piece. So let's get into it. I'll see you in the next one.